Good evening. I heard that my substitute didn't tell any jokes last week. So I've got a new joke this week. Thank you very much. All right, so my mom has two dogs, Rolex and Timex. They're her watchdogs. You can't change your mind halfway through after you think about it. I heard you cheering back there. All right, well, anyway. All right, words. All right, sorry. This evening, our MC is Jeremy Hallquist, and for intermission, we have Hector Abia. Hopefully. And Jeremy?
Welcome, everybody. My name is Pastor Jeremy Hallquist. I am the Associate Pastor at American Lutheran Church, and it is my honor and privilege to be here with you tonight. So thank you for inviting me to music, because as we have moved here about a year ago, music has been a vital part of our family. My 10-year-old son has decided that he wants to play percussion. And so I thought, someday he'll join you. So it's a beautiful thing, and I'm so grateful for the honor to be here to join you. But I was thinking about this, and I realized along the way there's a reason why pastors don't typically MC. Sorry, pastors in the crowd. Because, like I was telling my son, do you know why it's so quiet in church? And my 10-year-old responded pretty quickly. It's because they're sleeping. So we know, we get it. I promise you tonight we're going to have a little bit of fun. We're going to enjoy some wonderful and amazing music. And so with that, I want to turn it over to our first song, Miss Liberty. And so Carl will kick off things with this Miss Liberty March, classic tune by Carl King, written in 1955. King was born and raised in Ohio at the age of 11. He used his newspaper carrier to purchase his first musical instrument, a cornet. And so he left school at age 14 and grew up as a self-taught musician, learning how to compose by studying scores. And so he went on composing and serving as a conductor for many bands, ranging from circus bands all the way to the Grand Old Army Band. Our first song tonight is only one out of hundreds of King's compositions. Please enjoy the energizing Miss Liberty March. a joy and delight. I even noticed a few Lutherans in the back with their toes tapping, so it had to be good tonight. So I love this idea of music and gathering in the park, and so thank you for being here and for being a part of this festivity. A couple of quick notes about tonight. If you are looking for pop or popcorn, the Boy Scouts are selling them down there, and they are excited to be here with you tonight. Everything goes to support their great cause. That said, our second song tonight comes from When the Stars Begin to Fall by Fred J. Allen. Fred Allen based his 1992 composition, When the Stars Begin to Fall, on the 19th century African-American spiritual, My Lord, What a Morning. The composer uses chords to create complex harmonies to emphasize longing for the end of time, where there'll be no more pain or sorrow. So the last line of the refrain serves as the title for this piece. In addition to composing, Allen plays a variety of woodwind instruments, including the clarinet, flute, and piccolo, and is performed at Opryland, the Ice Capades, and the Ringling Brothers Circus. Enjoy When the Stars Begin to Fall, dedicated to Doris Allen, the composer's mother. I was laughing this week because I heard the story of a trombone player. Sorry, Mike. About a trombone player who was having a hard time on a cruise ship. And so the band director came up to him and said, you know, either you keep time or I'm going to throw you off the ship. So the trombone player had to think about it a little bit and finally came to the conclusion, I either better sink or I swim. Terrible jokes, I'll be here all night. I know. Sorry. Well, I'm excited to talk a little bit about this piece tonight, and I'm curious, I have a little bit of trivia for those of you out there, so shout really loud if you know the answer. Can you name the composer of Cats, Joseph, The Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, Evita, and Jesus Christ Superstar? Are there any guesses?
Andrew Lloyd Webber.
Andrew Lloyd Webber. Nice job back there. Come talk to me afterwards. I want to celebrate you. So this is a beautiful piece, and I'm excited because this is one of the longest running musicals performed on Broadway. And 2023 will be the last year to go see Phantom of the Opera live on Broadway. So these are all composed by Andrew Lloyd Webber. In 1984, Webber was looking to write songs for another musical. He contacted producer Cameron McIntosh with a proposal for a new musical based on a 1910 novel, The Phantom of the Opera, written by Gaston Leroux. A score was composed, and in 1986 the show was released. It was such a huge success, going on to be the most financially successful entertainment event until The Lion King surpassed it in 2014. So we hope you enjoy this medley, including favorite tunes of Think of Me, All I Ask of You, Music of the Night, Angel of Music, and the iconic Phantom of the Opera's opening theme. What a joy and privilege. Cheers. Can we give them a round of applause one more time? Well, I was excited to see this next song on our set list with a little help from our friends by the Beatles. And so I grew up as a child of the 60s by association. My dad was a huge Beatles fan growing up. And so I thought I'd take a few moments to pull from my dad's record playbook a few of his jokes that go along with the Beatles. So here's one of my favorites. It's a shame that the Beatles didn't name their sub after the color green. It would have been sublime. Again, I'll be here all night. So, what would the Beatles have been had Ringo Starr not joined the band? Beatless. All right. I'll spare you the agony anymore. But our exciting song tonight is this hit with a little help from my friends from their 1967 album, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. With a little help from my friends was written by Paul McCartney and John Lennon, and intended specifically for drummer Ringo Starr. In fact, Starr usually uses this song as his concert finale. It is ranked number 311 on Rolling Stone's list of the 500 greatest songs of all time. Lennon and McCartney's inspiration for the song was their strong friendship and collaboration. So we invite you to sing along to the next song with a little help from my friends. Pardon us while we have just a little conversation.
Okay, we're gonna change the order around a little bit here. I'd like to call to the stage Dominic Burns. We're about 5 minutes before, so he's coming from back. Dominic is the president of the Worthington Kreilsheim Exchange. A great part of the DNA of Worthington, the place that, one reason this is such a great place to live is our relationship with Kreilsheim, Germany. It's now 76 years old. Last year we celebrated the 75th anniversary of our partnership with Kreilsheim, Germany, begun in 1947. And a great everyday, what really keeps the relationship vital and current is the exchange of students between our two communities. And it's been our pleasure to have Annika in our community for this past year. And I'm going to let Dominic Burns introduce her. And our student that's going to Kreilsheim on Monday, I believe they're leaving, is going to be speaking too. So, Dominic?
Good evening, everyone. As John introduced, I'm Dominic Burns. In 2016, I was up on the stage, and at that time I was a student from Worthington High School who was going to go over to Kreilsheim to be the ambassador. And now I have the pleasure to sort of be the president of the committee and to work as the person introducing our next students and the students that we've had for the year. So I have up with me on the stage Annika Bös, and coming up is Cassandra Cassian. Annika has spent the last year in Worthington. She grew up in Kreilsheim, and she'd like to share a few words about her year. And then following her, Cassandra will tell us about her expectations and her excitement of going over there. So could we give them a warm hand?
Hello, I'm Annika Bös. I'm 15 years old and I come from Kreilsheim. I have been chosen for the exchange year from Worthington to Kreilsheim, from Kreilsheim to Worthington in the past year 2022-23. I was allowed to spend a year here and live my dream. I experienced so many beautiful moments and things this year. I had the chance to play 3 different sports, tennis, hockey and track, and I loved all of them. I was also able to visit other states, including Florida, New York, Washington, D.C., and Wisconsin with my host families, and I'm so thankful for that. I had the best time at school. I met many different people every day and had classes I look forward to every day. I had the opportunity to go to prom, and it was exactly how you imagine. My favorite memory of school was graduation. I had the chance to be a senior this year. Now there's only 1 week left, not even 1 week left of my exchange year here in Worthington, and I just can't believe how fast the time go by. In this 11 months I spent here, I experienced so many things that I would never have experienced without this program. I was allowed to meet new people every day. I meet friends without I can not longer imagine life with. I have found in the second home here in Worthington. This exchange year changed my life in many reasons. I have become much more open, more independent, and much more self-confident. That's what I love about this year so much. And I have this program to thank all of that. Everyone who has been a part of this part of this partnership over these years and keep it alive. Also, I would like to say thank you to my host families, the Hennings, the Thiers, and the Burns. I had so much fun with all of them. I felt like home in every family. For that I will be grateful forever. Also, I also wanted to say thank you to my friends. They made my life so much more fun here. I'm so grateful that I got the chance and experience all of that. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Cassandra Cassan, and I will be the 2023 to 2024 exchange student representing Worthington as the ambassador. I am very proud to say that I'll be representing not only my hometown, but the the diversity of my community. I am most interested in music, art, and playing instruments. I would also like to thank my family and the committee for all the support they've given me to get to where I am now. It's a once in a lifetime opportunity that I have achieved, and I promise to do my best. I believe that anyone can have this opportunity with just enough effort and confidence. Others can reach their goals. It was not an easy journey, but with the support, I knew I can do it. Once I heard this chance to be an ambassador, I made it my goal to be able to experience a completely different world and be a part of that experience. I reached for that goal. I want you all to know that is to never give up, keep going, no matter how difficult it seems. It will be worth it once you see and feel your journey has been. You can do it. And I can't wait to go to Germany and experience all that this year and next year. And I hope it will be a very good experience. Thank you.
Both Cassandra and Annika will be leaving Worthington here next week. They're just a continued sort of representative of this Worthington-Carlsheim sister city relationship that we've had for the past 70 years. So I'd like everyone to just give them a big round of applause for showing such courage and bravery at a young age.
All right, kids, it is that time I know you might be waiting for. It is time for the Candy March. So if you want to come up and gather around at the front of the stage for the Candy March as we go, they are waiting for you up front here. And while that is happening, we'll continue with our military escort. And it's a march composed by Henry Fillmore using one of many pseudonyms. Harold Bennett. Other names he used included Gus Beans, Will Huff, and Henrietta Hall, among others. I guess he liked to change his names quite a bit. So this piece was written during the golden age of marches in the early 20th century. John Philip Sousa was reported to have told Fillmore, "I wish that march had my name on it." So this march begins with an opening fanfare and then passes the melody around to almost every section. Please enjoy this classic march. kids, even if you didn't get a chance to march, I'm sure if you walked over there, they have a piece of candy for you. Now, adults, you'll have to hold your own. With that, tonight our concert will continue with Follow the River by James Swearingen. Follow the River is a haunting and distinctive work. It's based on a novel by James Alexander Thom, which shares the life of Mary Draper Ingalls. In 1755, Mary was captured during the French and Indian War. After 2 months, Mary escaped and found her way home on a difficult 1,000-mile journey. Using the rushing Ohio River as her guide, listen for the musical interpretation of this dangerous adventure with Swearingen's Follow the River. I'd be remiss as a good old Scandinavian Lutheran pastor if I didn't include at least one Ole and Lena joke in tonight's roundup. And so Ole wasn't feeling so great one day, so he decided he needed to go to the doctor. And so he took along his wife, Lena. And so they decided that we'll go figure out what's wrong with Ole's old ticker there. And so Ole goes in, the doctor examines him and says, all right, the doctor says, I think I gotta go talk to Lena. So he pulls Lena aside and he says, well, I'm sorry, Miss Lena, Ole's not gonna make it unless you treat him like a king, be at his beck and call 24 hours a day, do everything that he wishes. He'll make it if you do that. So Ole and Lena get back in the car and they're headed home, and Ole looks at Lena and he says, well, Lena, what did the doctor say? She says, well, Ole, looks like you're not gonna make it. Thank you. I knew we'd get one of those tonight. Well, not every love story is as beautiful as Ole and Lena's. Some of them are so much better. So our next tune tonight comes from an old Scottish ballad called Annie Laurie. The original text is said to have been written by William Douglas about his romance from young Annie Laurie. They would secretly meet at Maxwelton Braes, or Riverbank, another name for this tune. The couple never married, most likely due to each family's differing political views. Stroman's arrangement uses many lush chords to highlight this beautiful and endearing Scottish medley. as our concert mirrors are closed tonight, I want to say a special thank you to you as musicians for sharing your gifts and talents with this community. Special thank you to you as well. Thanks for being a wonderful audience, tolerating some pretty terrible jokes, and for being here to join us this evening as we rejoice and we celebrate the gift of music. Thank you for supporting and encouraging music to be a beautiful part of this community. We are grateful for your partnership here. So if you're interested in learning a little bit more about American Lutheran Church, you can check us out Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. This week, we will be over at Centennial Park. We're having a little competition to wear your best Hawaiian shirts. So we have 2 more pieces tonight, Action Front, and then a final closing piece at the end. And so our last program piece for tonight is a march called Action Front. So during the Civil War, Action Front was a command given to artillery units to have cannons moved into position for battle. Composer Ronald Koerner, well known for his many regimental marches, and his wife Diane also enjoyed participating in Civil War reenactments. In addition, Knoner is a euphonium soloist. This piece was written for the 2nd birthday of his grandson Julian, as he enjoyed listening to music while marching around the house, playing a toy drum. Here's our next march, Action Front.
Thank you. Well, that makes number 7. And then there was 1. So, one more concert for the summer. And boy, it's the middle of July already. I know I shouldn't say that out loud, but that's the fact. And I hope your summer is going well. I hope it's going great. We've had generally pretty good weather so far. You know, you look around the state, we've got kind of an oasis down here when you look at the crops and things going on down there. You don't have to drive too far north, and they're not as blessed as we have been down here. So far, all in all, I think we've had a pretty good summer. It's been great on stage here, that's for sure. I've enjoyed it immensely as being the director, and I know Galen, subbing in a few times, has enjoyed it immensely too. I had to kind of drag him off the podium tonight because it's my turn. But these band members, showing up every week, week in and week out, and it's just so much fun to be in front of them and listen to the music that they make. Thank you as an audience for being here week in and out as well. Sure wouldn't be much fun to play for empty seats. Thank you very much for being here. So there is one more. There is one more next Wednesday night, right here at Chautauqua, and you will hear more great music just like you heard tonight. So we're going to close our concert like we always do. It's our tradition, America the Beautiful, Star Spangled Banner. Thanks again. Have a great, safe week.